Okay, I'm 14 and I'm going camping with my 6 friends in the woods behind my brother's house. There's me, Ethan, Austin, Mason, Megan, and Austin's friend from school named David. Now, truth be told, we're all a bunch of scaredy cats, but we love to be scared. That's part of the reason for going camping in the woods at night. We all range in age from 12 to 18. It was my brother's idea to do this because he knows all of me and my friends fight. A lot. And this would be something new for us to do. Austin wasn't too keen on the idea of staying in the deep woods for a whole night. It also wasn't too settling to know that these woods were in the middle of the ghetto. Now, I know all of these woods pretty well. My brother moved into this house when he moved out of my parents' home, and I've been spending almost every week in there for 5 years straight. So, those woods are like second nature to me. There's 2 ponds in the woods, and all of them trail off and lead to smaller ponds. Well, we will be camping in between the 2 ponds in an old bomb shelter. Now, it's not exactly between the 2 ponds. It's behind the back of the first pond, closest to my brother's house, and maybe 30 or 40 feet from the bigger pond on the other side. So our objective is to pack all of our stuff up, head out at sunset, set up to catch fish, then eat and go to bed. But little did we know, our night was going to be a lot longer than that. So it was around 5 o'clock and us kids grabbed our gear and headed out for the 45-minute walk to the area where we were going to camp. We reached the woods and made our way inside them. The light was slowly being swallowed by the massive trees building around us. We reached the back of the first pond and smelled this god-awful smell, like rotting meat or rotting eggs. It was so bad, Austin started gagging and vomiting in the pond. We just decided to push on. We had to take a few other paths due to falling trees. We soon all agreed we felt like we were being watched, but we all agreed that it was too late to turn back. We just need to get there, I thought to myself. So we made our way to the bomb shelter, and it was around 6 then, and it was getting pretty dark. Mason decides he's going to go swimming in the nasty, swampy, leech-infested pond while we set up camp. Austin and David went to sleep inside the bomb shelter, and Mason and Megan are going to sleep outside with Ethan, and I'm going to sleep on the roof of the bomb shelter. So, we all start camp, and we start fishing. Then Mason gets out of the water. Ethan tells us this too spooky story about this thing called Fawn's Pond. And that's when a stick cracks loudly behind us. Now, it being dark by then, we couldn't see exactly what it was. So we just brush it off as an animal or a branch falling from an old tree. So we catch about 5 fish, but no use keeping them because Ethan brought pre-made burgers from a cookout he had about 2 nights before. And there was enough for all of us. So we indulged ourselves with the burgers and soon started hanging out. Now Austin starts randomly freaking out, saying that there is someone across the pond passing back and forth, watching us. We looked, but did not see anything. We didn't see the thing that Austin was talking about, but he was still just freaking out, rocking back and forth, just screaming. Ethan told him maybe he should get some sleep, so he made his way inside the shelter and closed the door behind him. We all hung out, and that's when I see the thing that Austin saw. It was rocking back and forth. It was tall and skinny, and I saw the thing's head. It was like antlers, deer antlers, and it had a long snout or something. I quickly warned my friends and tried to show them, and they all don't see it. They start making fun of me for mocking Austin. "What the hell ever, guys," I said, walking to the roof of the shelter and laying in my gray and green sleeping bag. I eventually fell asleep, still bothered about what I just saw. But I woke up about 2 or 3 hours later, and I awoke to a crunching noise. I sat up and saw Ethan, Megan, and Mason were still asleep. And then I noticed something moving. and I immediately think it's one of my friends getting up to go pee or something. But then, I see the thing. It's about 7 or 8 feet tall. I immediately lay down and try to stop breathing to avoid making noise. A few minutes later, that felt like years. I looked back up and saw the thing, and it saw me, and ran into the woods. It had a human torso and legs, but its head was a deer's head, and its arms were like furry, with long claws at the end of them. The thing disappeared into the wilderness. And just after that, I hear a loud yelp and a scream from inside the shelter, and a loud bang on the shelter door. Mason and Ethan quickly scramble up to open the door, and we see Austin standing over David with blood all in his mouth, and a chunk taken from David's arm. Ethan runs up to Austin and pushes him off of David, and Austin quickly jumps up and runs toward Ethan with his mouth gaping open. Ethan falls over a sleeping bag and slams hard on the floor, and Austin quickly jumps on top of him and claws and bites him. Ethan punches him hard, and me and Mason make our way inside with huge sticks and beat Austin with them till he stops moving. We all get the hell out of there, and I tell them what I saw before the incident, while we patch up Ethan and David. We all start freaking out, wondering what the hell this thing is. Then Mason tells us a story about a well-known legend as the Wendigo. We all believe this is what the thing is. It's pretty much this human who turned into a cannibal and became what it is now through voodoo and spells and magic. Well, we started getting super freaked out, and we all sit and wait the night away. We didn't hear word from Austin again till morning. We all left our stuff there and tied Austin up and drug him home. He fought a lot. We made our way back home, and he was sent to a mental hospital. I finally departed from all my friends after that, and came home to my family. I look at my parents, and they look good. They look delicious. I think to myself, God, I'm starving.